At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367. Time for Eudora High School Athletics. On your new home for Cardinal sports, Eudora Sports Live. Eudora Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance. They have Kansas covered with 23 companies to give you the best choices possible. Learn more at kansasins.com. Eudora Sports Live is also presented by It's time for Eudora High School Athletics. On your new home for the Cardinals, Eudora Sports Live.
Welcome in here, everybody, to Eudora Sports Live. We are back at Eudora District Stadium for the first time in months, and it is good to be here. I've got Kevin McAvoy with me. I am Reed McAvoy. And we're just, as JV is finishing up here, score currently 3-2. Cardinals trying to hold on to a lead with 1:15 left. Going to preview this matchup today with Baldwin, the Baldwin Bulldogs. It's interesting looking at last season. It was a 5-1 win for Baldwin when this matchup happened, so definitely the past would favor Baldwin, but the Cardinals have said coming into this season that they think that they've got a good chance this year. However, they are coming off a 5-0 loss to Bishop Miege just a few days ago in a game that was actually 0-0 at halftime. But last year, that same matchup ended 10-0 in favor of Bishop Miege. They got mercy ruled, so you'd have to say 5-0 is a clear improvement. And if they made that same amount of improvement, being 5 goals worth, they would win this game today against Baldwin. So, Kevin, I know you don't have a whole lot to go off of, but what do you think we might see today?
Well, you'd certainly hope with Eudora returning a handful of seniors that you'd see improved play, good teamwork, and I think the first half of the Bishop Miege is a good example there. That the defense obviously held them, and I think we can see some of that today. Some opportunistic scoring. I think they have a real chance. Yeah, the reports I heard from that game against Bishop Miege was that the Cardinals' offense just could not get going. But it would sound like it, as JV does come away with the victory here, that their defense was doing a lot better, at least than they did last year. So I'll be interested to see what that actually looks like out on the field, and if they can get that offense going against Baldwin. We'll go ahead and take a short break here on the pregame show, but keep it here on Eudora Sports Live.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute. The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide range of services, including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
Hi guys, Just wanted to say thank you from Eudora Animal Hospital for all your support and go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Save the Children believes childhood without food is unimaginable. Yet around the world, children are suffering from the worst famine in our lifetime, coupled with conflict, poverty, climate change, and more. Join Save the Children and get fed up. Fed up with the lack of progress. Fed up with the injustice. Learn how you can get involved in the fight against childhood hunger at savethechildren.org/getfedup.
I'm fed up. We're fed up. We're fed up.
The smoothest, the creamiest, the most amazing ice cream you've ever had. That's what you'll find at Main Street Scoops and Sweets in historic downtown Eudora, Kansas. With over 100 mouthwatering Wisconsin-made ice cream flavors, including dairy-free and gluten-free options. The bakery is always serving up the most heavenly cookies, cakes, and so much more. Ask about Main Street's custom cakes for that special occasion. What are you waiting for? Come make the sweetest of memories at Main Street Scoops and Sweets in downtown Eudora, where it's always ice cream time.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the Drug Facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the Drug Facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drugfacts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Welcome in here to the Kaw Valley State Bank pregame show. Kaw Valley State Bank provides the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking service possible. Proud to cheer on the Cardinals and serve the Eudora community. Learn more at kawvalleystatebank.com. We do have starting lineups in for your Cardinals. Don't have them yet for the Baldwin Bulldogs, but we can at least look at that starting 11, and it is an unchanged starting 11 from the Cardinals' most recent game against Bishop Miege. You can see there on your screen. In fact, I'll make that a little bit bigger for you so you can familiarize yourself with the positions here, and I'll read through full names. So we've got Jaden Brooks, number 11, out on the left wing. Peyton Chappelle is the striker, actually a freshman. Out on the right wing, Jin Cloves here in her senior season. I am fascinated to get to see her play. I know she's a spectacular player. Very, very excited to see how her senior year goes. Then in the midfield there, you've got Cambria Kerr on the right side, another freshman, number 40. And then Jayla Erpelding on her left, the senior Newman University Jets soccer commit, and also the coach's daughter. Of course, if you've been watching Eudora Sports Live, you're very familiar with Jayla Erpelding from the basketball season, having a spectacular year she did. And then rounding out the midfield, actually a third starting freshman, Lily Fisher, number 11. And then the back line made up first, starting with the center backs. The left-sided center back is Kylie Music, senior, jersey number 6. And on her right will be Lauren Grauberger, senior, number 5. The left back over there is Metcalf. Get that first name, Addison Metcalf. Sorry, you'll have to forgive me as I familiarize myself with these names. Just give me a few weeks and I'll be saying them like it's no problem. But that's Addison Metcalf playing left back, jersey number 3, the senior. And then on the right side is Andrews. Trying to find that one as well. Let's see, Andrews. There it is, Harper Andrews. 22 is another senior, is the right back. And then in goal is Fager.
Abby
Fager, there you go. Jersey number 20 in her sophomore season in goal. Sorry there, folks. We'll just give me some time. It'll be all right. But that's the starting lineup there. As I said, unchanged from Bishop Miege. So that same starting 11 that had that 5-0 loss, which sounds bad, but it was a pretty big improvement from last year, and hopefully we look to see even further improvement in getting a first win on the season here at their home opener for the girls' Cardinals season. We've got about 8 minutes left until kickoff, so we will take another break here from the Kaw Valley State Bank pregame show.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community, with all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve. Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear.
Hello and welcome in everybody to Eudora District Stadium. We are in the dawn of a new season as the Lady Cardinals prepare to host their first match of the year. Many in the Cardinals building believe this will be a special campaign for the girls in red and blue, and that they at the very least should be contenders for a regional championship. However, they suffered a blow in the season opener with a 5-0 loss at Bishop Miege, but that was certainly an improvement over getting mercy ruled last year. Is this season truly going to be different, or will the Cardinals find that second best as their last year's regional championship loss found them is their nesting place? There's only one way to find out, and that will be with this game here against Baldwin, as we are closing in on kickoff, to be brought to you by Pyramid Place Early Education Center. Opening kickoff brought to you by Pyramid Place Early Education Center. Kick off your child's educational success by enrolling them at Pyramid's Place. They're your place in Eudora for quality preschool education, childcare, and after-school programs. To learn more, visit them on their Facebook page or call 785-542-1296. The Cardinals coming off of a year where they did get to the regional championship, but they lost to Care Paravel. They think that this year they've got something cooking. They're ready to have a good year here with a lot of seniors and a lot of returning starters. But even in that starting 11, as I mentioned, 3 freshmen in there. So some new faces to the starting lineup as well. Speaking of starting lineups, give you the 11 for Baldwin. Take a look at their formation. Looks like a 3-2-3-2, which is not something I'm familiar with. Probably will function more like a 5-3-2. So their players in goal, they've got Alyssa Reichard, then Chloe Neufeld, Bailey Smith, Marin Drummond, Avery Bergen, Gentry Graham, Maris Flory, Addie Ediger, Nora Prather, Emmy Callahan, and Alex McBride makes up their starting 11. So this is Baldwin's first game of the year. Seeing what formation they rock with is what we're doing here. Is the Cardinals, we already know what they are going with the 4-3-3. Very standard formation that has been a staple of soccer for almost all of its history. Baldwin going to begin with the ball. Cardinals in blue, Bulldogs in white. And we are underway, the home opener for the Lady Cardinals for the varsity girls soccer season. It's about 60 degrees here, a little bit of a breeze as well. If you happen to be sitting still, you'll definitely need a jacket, but if you're out there playing soccer, you'll be very comfortable.
So one unusual thing, Reed, about playing soccer on a football field is that a soccer field is significantly wider than a football field. And so you'll see maybe 6 to 8 yards outside of the traditional football paint is the soccer sideline.
Yeah, the gray lines out there are the ones that we will be abiding by for this game and this season. Definitely more than once did I have that confuse me as a player, and I know that can happen out there on the field as well, where it goes out past the very thick and obvious bright white lines, and so you figure it's out of bounds, and it is not. Got an early free kick for the Bulldogs. Baldwin last year went 14-7. And this one's going to be a shot on goal. No problem for Fager. And then she sends this one towards the middle of the field. It's Erpelding. She gets it out to Brooks. And Brooks puts her defender on the floor before passing to the wing. But then the Bulldogs are able to clear. You can see Jayla Erpelding wearing a captain's band on her right arm. And another captain's band out there actually as well for Lauren Grauberger, another senior. Here is Baldwin, and this one is a hopeful pass for the right winger, but Grauberger is going to clean that up and get actually dispossessed there by Neufeld. Trying to work down that far side of the field. Goes out for a Baldwin throw. Nice kick there by Neufeld. Found Smith, and Smith tried for the 1-2, but her teammate wasn't quick enough, but then a midfielder catching up there. That was Avery Bergen making a really nice run to try to catch up to that thing and earns her team a throw for her efforts. And that throw found the foot of a Cardinal defender, but then the clearance could only go as far as Emmy Callahan, and then Brooks takes it off of her. Actually, now this was Brooks was the intended recipient of that pass, but couldn't get to it. And now here's Shin Klobes. Can she keep it in? She opted to let it go out, but it was actually a Baldwin ball. And Cambria Kerr's kick wasn't really going anywhere with intention. Grauberger. And then Fisher had it taken away from her, but now here's Erpelding. Strong step from Kerr, but couldn't recover the loose ball. Working down the left wing. And a good step by Callahan, but it's still a Cardinals throw down the left side. Or, yes, indeed. Cambria Kerr, sister of the senior place kicker, Caden Kerr, punter as well. And she goes down there, but referee says it's clean play, so now Neufeld trying to get down the wing against Grauberger, and Grauberger will, for the moment, win that battle. This one's going to roll back to Fager. She will collect and then turn her attentions downfield, trying to start a new attack. As the Cardinals look for their first goal on the season. Klobes finds Erpelding. Erpelding down the right wing. A good run here from the senior. She still has it at her feet. Sends it in with her left. And it's going to be a shot there, but it's a good move by the Cards, resulting in a shot from Peyton Chappelle. In the end, it didn't really test the goalkeeper Reichard, but good signs there for the Cardinals. And credit to Erpelding for creating a really good chance there. Fisher earns a throw there for the Cards. Finds Brooks. And he'll stay in the hands of the Cards. Erpelding. And it's going to be Fager to collect that one, no problem.
Difficult to see where that 18-yard box demarcation is for the keeper.
Yeah, it's about at the 8-yard line, which makes sense if you do the math with the end zone there, but it doesn't make it any easier to actually see. Physical battle there on that far side. Sees Bailey Smith come away with it. Kerr does well there to pass it back to Fager. I don't know if she has hands there. They say no problem. Could have been a back pass there, but they knew what they were doing. And a great ball for Erpelding, but she couldn't control it. It's always going to be tough. It was around waist height. And now 3 substitutions will come in for Baldwin. Looks like Claire Johnson comes in, Riley Holder, and a third player whose jersey number is not on this roster, number 11. Throw-in taken quickly by Flory, and Kerr getting physical in there. Going to be Bulldogs throw still. taken into the captain Prather. And now a Cardinal throw. Parker Long. Kerr grabs that one. Finds Brooks. Brooks couldn't control, but then makes a great tackle and finds Erpelding in space, who had a good idea to try to find Chappelle. But Chappelle was not in motion for that run that she was looking for. But now here's Erpelding once more, and
couldn't contain it.
A little too big of a touch there. Some good signs, though, from Jayla Erpelding. Definitely making her presence felt. This one comes for Music, and she just couldn't control that one. So then she drops back to resume her center back position. Good job there by Harper Andrews to earn a Cardinals throw. Looking for Erpelding, but not direct enough for her. Chappelle applying some pressure on the Baldwin back line, and nearly got a foot in there. Instead, though, it's now Bergen down the right line, and Grauberger makes a great play there and even finds a teammate. They were looking for a 1-2 there, but Brooks wasn't ready for it. And poor touch there from Klobes means it's now back in control of Baldwin, and then slipping on it there was Flory, but Erpelding couldn't do much with it. That's going to be a Cardinal throw. Harper Andrews will take. She finds Klobes. Back to Andrews, who then finds Chappelle. Chappelle controls and was trying to send one through to Erpelding. So far, there hasn't been much of an offensive idea for the Cardinals. Now Abby Ediger. And it's going to be a Cardinals goal kick. There's just there's decent communication right now, it feels like, between the defense and the midfield. But when it comes to midfield into attack, unless it's just Jayla Erpelding running, there doesn't seem to be much of an idea so far for the offense.
Well, it is a hard thing to develop, frankly, unless you have some really elite runners and some people can get some passes up ahead of them. You're stuck to that or trying to out dribble the D.
And it's a big matter of chemistry too. I mean, you'll hear, the best attackers in the world. They always talk about knowing what their teammate wants to do well before they're doing it, so that they can get into the position to make their thoughts come true. And when you have a freshman striker in Chappelle and then a freshman midfield attacker in Cambria Kerr, I'm sure that they have worked together coming up playing soccer in middle school. But now, alongside other varsity attackers. It's going to be a Cardinal free kick there that Chappelle won. They're just going to have to figure it out. That's a matter of being so early on in the season, only the second game. I'm sure that as the season goes on, they will understand what type of runs their teammates want to make, where to make those passes, what space to occupy.
Well, in the meantime, they're focused on playing just absolutely stifling defense. Because if you give up nothing, you can't lose.
Yeah, and there hasn't been a lot of chances for Baldwin, but they do seem to have an idea when they get it, and that's really attacking the wings. It's especially been on the far side, but they had a couple chances on this near side as well. But so far, it would seem that if the Cardinals were to create a goal, it would be done by number 4. And this long ball is actually going to fall to Chappelle and now Brooks. Could be a chance here. A really good tackle there by Marin Drummond, the junior. Credit where credit is due. That was perfectly timed. Good ball for Kerr, but then couldn't control. And this pass a little too heavy, so Andrews will get on it, but just put it out to let her team get back into a good defensive position.
Well, Reed, you'd actually theorized about what the defense would look like for Baldwin. They're actually having 6 ladies hang back for most opportunities. That's a lot of defense.
Yeah, there seems to be not much faith in their offense, them being Baldwin, as Fager grabs that one before anything bad could happen to the Cardinals. Yeah, it seems to be whenever they do get a chance, it's a one-man show. It's one person running down by herself. So it's going to be they're going to have to trust themselves a little more, or somehow have somebody make a spectacular DIY goal if they're going to continue that style of offensive play. But it is a good, it is maybe an advantage, you might say, to know what part of the field you want to attack. The fact that they know they want to go down the wings, as there are going to be 6 substitutions here, 2 from Baldwin and 4 from the Cards. Coming into the game, 34, 15, 12, and 24, which is Cameron McCormick, Evelyn Steele, 34, 15, Caitlin Peterson, and
Cameron McCormick.
Yeah, I had Cameron McCormick.
Okay.
What was the 4th number? 34, 24, 12, 25. Didn't catch who that 4th one in was. Peterson. Excuse me, that's not Peterson. That's McCormick trying to get a first touch on the ball there. And then nicely won there for the Cardinals. That's Kylie Music putting it out off of a Baldwin player and getting the header there. And then Cambria Kerr made a physical play and then had to duck for cover as her teammate was clearing. Chasing down the attacker there is Caitlin Peterson. Looks like Chappelle might be dropping into midfield with the substitutions. And that'll be another Cardinal throw.
Nope, called the other way by the ref.
It was pretty closely timed. And it was facing away from the referee, but maybe more importantly. Unable to control there, Caitlin Peterson, so another Baldwin throw. And that throw not going near a Bulldog teammate for her. And the clearance will find Evelyn Steele. Steele trying to go down that left side. And was bodied off the ball there cleanly. So maybe a bit of a slow start here. The Cardinals with a very solid defense and then not much going on offense. Meanwhile, Baldwin can hardly connect a few passes together, but it's just making for back and forth, almost kick and chase sort of play for now. Which you might expect. That was clean, just a trip there. You might expect for early on in the season. What can Peterson do here? She finds Erpelding. Erpelding into some space on the right wing. She's going to look to cross. She does cross, and it found Peterson in the box. She ended up getting a knee on it. I think she felt that she had less time than she actually did. She was essentially wide open, rushed that shot, and goes over the bar. But a nice move there all around, including Peterson, who started that move. Some good signs for the Cardinals there.
Soccer is probably the most opportunistic of all sports. If you find your place in an opportunity to score, you must capitalize.
It's almost one of those things of maybe not expecting it, not being ready to be in such a good scoring chance.
Well, it was a quality and a super effective cross, which is what really matters.
Fisher is going to win the throw and then take it quickly into Erpelding. And then Erpelding lost it, but Fisher regains. And a foul must have been against Erpelding, as it's going to be coming out for Baldwin. So there does definitely seem to be some shuffling around. Erpelding is really playing the right wing role, which is not where she began. Chappelle is in the midfield. And a substitution here. Madeline Tuckness is going to come in. And she will grab Cameron. Nope. She will grab Chappelle, Peyton Chappelle. It's going to be Madison Woodruff to take the throw. Cambria Kerr. I think we've got a physical player right there. Almost reminiscent of Kenzie Yoder on the basketball court.
Speaking of basketball, did you say Parker Long is out there? It wasn't
Parker Long? She's not played yet. I read the wrong name, but she is on this roster. Number 23, Parker Long. So she is. Jayla Erpelding is not alone in being a senior on both the basketball and soccer team. Shin Klobes as well, should mention. Throw in going to be taken by Fisher. And she tried to find Cameron McCormick, which it looks like McCormick is now taking right wing. Erpelding might be dropping back to that midfield position where she began the game. Nicely read there by McCormick, but didn't have anywhere to go with it.
The side judge's left arm is getting a real workout, pointing the way of the Bulldogs.
Nice header by Erpelding, and it's actually going to find Peterson. And it's still going for the Cardinals. Can McCormick get there? It'll be a Cardinal throw in a good spot. Definitely some positive momentum for their offense.
Hopefully that brings them an opportunity to bring some numbers forward.
Of course, they're leaning more towards this right side of the field where the throw-in is, and they're going to get another chance.
Baldwin has all but one player back inside their 18 area.
Definitely scared of conceding. And it's a nice play there, but it's still going to fall to Music. And it'll be another Cardinals throw, this time on the far side. They do have everyone sort of inching forward for them. And now a substitution. Brett Hayden will come in for Evelyn Steele. So junior comes in for a freshman. And illegal throw. Or no, the sub wasn't complete. So another chance for Madison Woodruff. Physical battle there between Erpelding and Holder. And now Erpelding's going to take a throw for the Cards. A good header away. Might even find Ediger. And it did. And now we've got a Baldwin throw coming out. I think we've only seen 3 shots in the game. The first one being from a free kick for Baldwin. And then 2 for the Cards. One that went over the bar by Peterson. It's going to be another chance for the Cardinals here. But Fisher couldn't do anything with it. So now more work to do for the Cardinals defense as Baldwin's connecting a few passes together here. They might create a shooting chance, but Cambria Kerr is going to come in and commit a foul as she shouldered Ediger to the ground.
Strong opportunity for Baldwin here.
Might be lucky to get away without a card. And another shot from distance from the free kick. No problem for Abby Fager. Peterson might get a chance at the ball here. But a great clearance, and actually potentially a good pass too, but unable to keep it in is Chloe Neufeld.
Had a lot of power on that one, hard to corral it.
Yeah, I don't think it was intended to be a pass. It just almost turned into a good one as well. Erpelding gets a great tackle in, and it finds Peterson. If Erpelding could make a good run and then get on this ball, Cardinals might find themselves with a chance. Here is Erpelding. She's got two teammates in the middle. She takes the short route to McCormick. She goes with her left foot across and back to her. A nice 1-2. It was a good idea. It was always going to be a really tough shot. And now hit right to Erpelding. So now Kylie Music. Erpelding once more. Skills past her defender. Sends in a cross. Cleared but not fully. Fans wanted a high kick. And then a long shot there. Does go on target for the Cards from Nadalyn Tuckness, the Baker University signee. She will be doing cheer at Baker U. Great tackle there by Music. And kept in by Hayden. Tuckness then loses out. Still at the feet of Baldwin here. Down the right side. It's going to be a crossing opportunity. The cross is sent in. It's going to be our first corner of the game. And it will come the way of the visitors. First, though, 6 substitutions for the Cards. And 2 for Baldwin. If the referee sees it, which he might not.
Yeah, the opposing side corner side judge should have helped with that.
So we will not get those substitutions, and a really good corner was sent in and then headed behind. So it'll be another corner. It might go to the to the other side of the field. So 8 substitutions coming in, 6 for the Cards. It will be Jaden Brooks, Harper Andrews, Leanna Muting, Evie Jones, and Shin Klobes coming in for the Cards. Cambria Kerr coming off, Nadalyn Tuckness, Elizabeth Fisher among those subbed out. And now another corner for Baldwin. Sent in low to the middle. It's bouncing around. Headed up in the air. Klobes gets a head on it. And then headed into the waiting arms of Fager. So the Cardinals escape danger. Those corner kicks were looking dangerous from Baldwin. It was a very nice delivery. That might be something the Cardinals look to avoid as the game goes on. Great tackle by Music. Will allow... Actually, it's going to be... No, thought it might be kept in, but just went out before Brooks could save it. So it looks like we are most, if not all the way back to the original starting 11. As Chappelle is back in that number 9 role at striker. Another good tackle by Music. But then Addison Metcalf couldn't do much with it.
Goal kick coming out.
Got 12 minutes left. Neither side is really had a I don't know, has really looked like scoring. Of course, the Cardinals did have the big chance fall to Peterson, but it just didn't feel convincing, really. Is that what you're seeing, Kevin?
Yeah, no, and I think you're right. It's that pace of play. They don't have numbers pushing forward. They don't have a tactic to get the ball on goal, and you'd like to see that develop over the course of the season, hopefully.
And even though I know a large percentage or of this team has just finished up their cross-country season. Could be a matter of fitness, maybe, of not being used to constantly running just yet. Another part of being so early on in the season. So that would definitely not be something that Jayla Erpelding or even Addison Metcalf struggling with, coming over from either basketball or cross country or track. A good ball there, but no one on the Cardinals really trying to get to it. Chappelle trying to chase it down defensively now and does well to find it. Then Brooks loses possession. Klobes grabs it back. And a good ball, but not enough on it, just barely for Brett Hayden. It was a good idea, though. Cardinal throw, but no one really moving downfield further for Eudora. Seemed content with their 2 or 3 attackers to take on the 7 defenders of Baldwin. Unless there are some tactical changes, 0-0 might be the way this game ends. But here's Ediger running down the right side. And Music puts a stop to that, but then is actually tackled by Ediger. And maybe even took a kick to the shin. Got a whistle blown here.
Calling a foul over on the sideline, but Bulldogs ball.
Yeah, it was a kick to Ediger's shin. You could see she was hurt by it. So essentially a corner kick, maybe even a better position for Baldwin. So the Cardinals need to be on high alert here. The ball in is low on the ground, and it'll be cleared out for a throw. Not a good delivery like their 2 corners previous. 3 substitutions will come in for Baldwin. Going out of the game is Emmy Callahan, Lauren McCart, and Chloe Neufeld. One of the ones coming in is Alex McBride, one of the senior captains for the team. And a whistle here on that throw. Just a retake. Ediger gets a head on it, and now it's at her feet. Might be a shooting chance for Baldwin, but unable to control it there was Avery Bergen. Cambria Kerr and Elizabeth Fisher waiting to come in. And the goal kick, not very long there. Also wasn't taken by Fager. It was Music that took it. Here's McBride. Now Smith. And it'll be a Cardinals throw in on that far side. And now Cambria Kerr and Elizabeth Fisher will get to check into the game. Coming in for Brett Hayden and Evie Jones. Good clear by Music. I feel like I've said that quite a few times already. Positioning herself nicely early on in this game. It's all about that transition play. If the Cardinals are going to get a goal, they have had no problem with defending and clearing it out. But it's the what next that is letting them down right now.
Here, let me just show you over here on this side of the field. There are no lady cards here in the midfield. And if you're going to have an outlet pass, you got to have someone to pass it out to.
And looking for Brooks. She cannot keep it in. Jaden Brooks doing her best there. Just a little heavy from Erpelding. She gives a pat on her chest saying, "My bad," towards her teammate. And then immediately tries to win back possession. Klobes and Chappelle applying pressure here, and Chappelle's going to come away with it. And try to cross it in. Hits the chest of the defender, and it'll go out for a Cardinal throw. Chappelle's been applying a lot of pressure on the back line of Baldwin whenever she's been playing the 9 role. And she might lose out on it, but now Klobes. What can she do with it? Back to Chappelle. Chappelle shoots and blocked away. It's going to come out to Fisher and now Andrews. Andrews just got a touch on that and finds Brooks. Great play there. And then miscommunication with Erpelding. It'll still stay in the hands of the Cardinals. 5.5. Just a little more left. And that one will roll out for a goal kick. One substitution for Baldwin. Coming into the game, Chloe Neufeld. Neufeld has been very good down that right side for Baldwin so far. And this kick's going to find Erpelding. She has 3 in support in the middle if she can get a cross in, but some really good defending is cutting out that option. She still manages to send it in. Spectacular job by Erpelding, and just enough done by Reichard in goal. Couldn't grab it and spilled it. Had there been a Cardinal there, they would have had an easy goal. But credit to Reichard and her defenders, doing just enough to get that one away. Really, really impressive ball by Erpelding. It was some great defense by Riley Holder that seemed to be cutting off any ability of Erpelding to send in a cross. She made space where there was none. Grauberger sends it down with her left, finding Klobes. But then Klobes dispossessed. Grauberger doing well to get in the way of Neufeld. Then Bergen sends a high ball looking for Ediger, but Music shielded it behind.
Well, that's only have a few minutes here left into the half. You'd imagine that Eudora should start pulling out the stops. Send more streakers forward, see what they can do to get some shots.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, though, because even with the way that Baldwin is playing, which is highly, highly conservative, they're still getting chances, as they nearly do there. Kerr is fouled, so Cardinals free kick.
Here's a great chance to play forward.
There's a big risk that comes with pushing more forward. If Baldwin weren't creating any chances, then you'd say absolutely push forward, because what is there to lose? But you'd really hate to push just a little too far and have it come back to bite you. So if they can find a goal with the way that they're operating, that would be really ideal. But it hasn't really looked very likely. Klobes sent that one down for herself, but a good tackle by Griffith. And now back for Klobes. She's going to send in a cross. And actually almost more of a shot. Rolls behind for a goal kick. Another singular substitution for Baldwin. Going out is Ediger.
Well, and with it being a bit of a cooler evening, I'm wondering if that ball doesn't have a whole lot of jump to it. As the spring moves on and days warm up, the ball may have a little more jump when it's struck.
Klobes might get onto this one, but no, it is cleared nicely. So now Fisher. But a good step by Bergen. And then too much power on that pass. But then Fager turns it over. This could be dangerous. Smith down the right side. She's got 3 in the middle for her. Really good defense by Grauberger. Grauberger cut out the crossing option, which meant that Fager was able to gather. Actually, must be a goal kick since she just handed it to her defender. Nice job by the defense to have their goalies back. At any time that the goalie inadvertently kicks it to the other team is always going to be dangerous. Sometimes there will be a few players with their backs turned in an offensive mind, not even realizing that their opponent is about to potentially score. That one was handball against Chappelle. So with just over 60 seconds left, a free kick for Baldwin. They'll try to send it down long. A great ball, actually. Some nice length on it for Baldwin. And then Grauberger ends up putting it out for a Baldwin throw. Decent position for the Bulldogs. They might be able to create one last chance here. Another solid throw. There's McBride with a good cross. Fager bobbles, but is able to bring it in. And then sends it down. It's going to go about halfway down the field. Chappelle's going to try to get to it. She does get a knee on it and doesn't have to get it to Brooks, but she could not find Erpelding. Now can she tackle? Nice job by Brooks to force a throw. 12 seconds left, though. Andrews is trying to move quickly. I don't know if her Cardinal teammates share that sentiment. And that is going to be the first half. 0-0 with not a whole lot of chances so far in this game. But you know what? It's a lot better than the way that Baldwin game went last year. They were losing pretty big. So maybe not the most exciting of starts, but Cardinals not in a bad spot going into halftime.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
Freedom of the press is about your right to know. It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Welcome back here. Sorry, we realized there was some technical difficulties going on. Hopefully our voices were enough to guide you through that first half. We should be good to go for the second half, but for now, we've got our Jeans Heartland Foods halftime show. Jeans Heartland Foods is a convenient one-stop shop where you can find everything you need, from everyday essentials to items from around the world. Jeans is your local community connection for high-quality foods, friendly service, and great prices. See weekly specials and more at jeansheartlandfoodstores.com. So, Kevin, we want to just give your thoughts on that first half that wasn't exactly uneventful, but to say it was eventful would also be an overstatement.
Yeah, so an interesting part of the defensive game, when one of the teams is on a real steady attack, the defensive squad has 10 or 11, and this is on both teams, women back within the 20-yard line, in that 30 yards before the goal, with no one on an outlet. When you do get recover possession, there's nothing to do with the ball, and she ended up having one young lady on a sprint upfield, some of her teammates tracking behind, and it's very hard to develop that way. I think they would do well to have 2, maybe 3 players in the midfield and at the midfield line to develop forward plays on the transition. I think that transition game could be a real development as the season moves on.
Yeah, and I mean to put it bluntly, it seems like both teams are a little scared. Both teams are very, very worried about conceding. And I've seen a lot of games like this, actually, especially in the women's game, but where both teams are just, they really don't want to be the one that gives up the goal. And so what always ends up happening, especially in a couple of times I've done it, was playoff games, which is what, of course, would make you more scared, which is a game that someone has to win, unlike the one that we've got here today. But it's going to take a moment of a combination of good and bad luck, of just you try to clear and it hits the wrong part of your foot, it falls to their striker, and boom, they score. Or their goalie tries to catch the cross and totally fumbles it, and your striker's sitting right there and they score. If nothing changes, that's what it would take to get our first goal. But I think some changes are in order. But I do stand by what I said, that if Coach Erpelding opts to push more forward, he would be putting himself at risk, because even though it seems like there's maybe 3 players on Baldwin combined that can play some solid offense, every once in a while they coordinate it. It's not just one at a time, which is how it feels for the Cardinals. Like Klobes will have a moment, Erpelding will have a moment, but no one's really with them, even Chappelle on occasion. And so if the Cardinals remove one of those defenders, or even just push one up to midfield, which would mean they'd have to be tracking back if they get countered. It might provide just enough space for Baldwin to give them a death blow. So they'll have to be careful. If they push and get that goal, though, they could go right back to where they are now.
Well, and also I'd love to see them become a little more opportunistic when they are on the offensive struggle, right? In the 18, try to generate that foul. Right? See if you can luck into a PK opportunity. Have one of your strong shooters put something top right, and maybe you get an aggressive goal from gameplay. Another thing I'd love to see is be an improvement from is it Abby Fager is the
goalie.
Is the goalie? I'd love to see her improve her distribution from the net. You don't need to kick it far if you can get it to a teammate who's open. And then you can begin that transition game upfield. Give your offense some time to roll 2 players upfield, and then do a really good job of distribution. And you can really have some opportunities to capitalize on that begin all the way back at your own net.
What's tough, though, is they've really struggled as well with control, with touches, both sides. But I think the Cardinals maybe a little bit more. And that's another thing that comes with time. But, you got to have soft feet. And so Fager's mind might be, I want this thing as far away from my goal as possible, because I I don't really trust that if I find a teammate that it'll actually go well for me. So
on that point, her kicks aren't long enough. She's not hitting midfield. She's hitting maybe 40 yards. So that's not far enough away to just kick it at random. If she was clearing it out 60 yards to midfield, that'd be a whole different story. But a lot of her distributions have been unintentional in where they land, and that can be a challenge coming back in her face.
Definitely a lot of room for improvement for both sides as we go into the second half. Still 0-0 here on Eudora Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
The smoothest, the creamiest, the most amazing ice cream you've ever had. That's what you'll find at Main Street Scoops and Sweets in historic downtown Eudora, Kansas. With over 100 mouthwatering Wisconsin-made ice cream flavors, including dairy-free and gluten-free options. The bakery is always serving up the most heavenly cookies, cakes, and so much more. Ask about Main Street's custom cakes for that special occasion. What are you waiting for? Come make the sweetest of memories at Main Street Scoops and Sweets in downtown Eudora, where it's always ice cream time.
The MVPs of BBQ. That's Barbed Wire Barbecue in Eudora. Family owned and operated, Barbed Wire Barbecue delivers great food and small town hospitality at a valued price. High quality hickory smoked meats, house seasonings, and time tested recipes put Barbed Wire Barbecue a cut above the rest. Kick off your weekend with their delicious brunch on Saturdays and Sundays and enjoy game day your way with Barbed Wire Game Day Packs. Visit them at 601 East 10th in Eudora or see their full lineup of flavors at barbedwirebarbecue.com.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Welcome back here as we are done with the Jeans Heartland Foods halftime show, and it is time for the second half. 40 more minutes on the clock to go between these two teams. Still deadlocked. Talked about it. They are a little bit timid, it would seem.
So, Reed, on the off chance we do get through regulation without a score, what happens?
I believe, and I could be wrong, I believe there's just a short period of overtime. And if we're still tied after that, then it does end in a tie. But don't quote me on that one necessarily.
So because it's not a playoff game, there's no shootout or anything?
Correct. A really good pass. This is going to be a big chance for Baldwin, and they are going to score immediately. 25 seconds in here. The Baldwin Bulldogs created a beautiful move and a spectacular finish there by their number 7, Avery Bergen. And the Cardinals all of a sudden trail just like that. I mean, an absolute, you have to say, a beautiful ball by the captain, Alex McBride. Just completely tore the Cardinals apart. And now they might be, it's completely different considerations. 25 seconds in, everything that Coach Erpelding might have said in the halftime speech might have just been thrown out the door. You would think that would have to make the Cardinals want to push forward more. Kerr is currently playing left back. See if that continues. She's been all around, but primarily in midfield. Brooks on the left wing. Couldn't connect with that, so it's just going to be a goal kick. Cardinals defenders not feeling great. I could see Grauberger walking around, definitely upset at herself. I don't think that they really did much wrong there. It was just an inch perfect pass. Seriously, it was so perfect from McBride. It was almost like Bergen couldn't mess it up. So the feelings around the Eudora District Stadium have certainly shifted. As the Cardinals find themselves trailing. Klobes finds Kerr, and then Kerr really lets herself down there in all kinds of space. Didn't need to have a fancy touch, but tried to set herself into some space and instead turns it over. She's going to get the ball back here, though. Lost out after the back heel, but now Chappelle finds Grauberger. Erpelding tried to get to Brooks, but a good stop by Bergen. Brooks gets in the way of that one, and Chappelle's going to apply some pressure here. It's going to find Erpelding in all kinds of space in the midfield. A nice ball for Brooks, and that was off her hand, but they're actually going to let play continue. Then Erpelding misses out, and a little too much on it by Fisher. I think Kerr is still a little bit upset at herself following the poor touch earlier. Maybe not fully with her head on where play is going right now. Here's music. Now Chappelle. Seems to be more space now for the Cardinals, which makes sense. Baldwin with the lead. If they were already playing very conservative, they will probably say, feel free to play it in the middle of the field, Eudora, because we've got the lead. Kevin, how does that goal affect everything coming right out of halftime?
Well, I would have assumed that the Lady Cards were going immediately on the attack, and they did not. And now they're on their back heel again.
And Kerr, oh my word.
The defense.
It actually, her first touch actually did. Hopefully she's all right. She's still down and has not moved. No, almost no movement at all from her. There is now, finally, she sits up at least, which is a positive sign. She might have hit the post, maybe? I don't know. Still made a spectacular play. Now gets up to her feet and is jogging. She might still need to come out. She's holding her face. Referee might let her continue now. Indeed, he will. So Cambria Kerr is going to keep going. The golf cart turns around. That cross nearly goes in. It's still bouncing around. Here's McBride. And Erpelding is able to clear. Cardinals nearly finding themselves in a 2-goal hole. Now another player down. Cambria gives a thumbs up to Coach Erpelding. Her clearance off the line, Cambria Kerr, was definitely not picturesque. It came off her right foot very weakly, but then her left came in and got the job done. She's definitely playing. She's playing mad out there, is Cambria Kerr. Might be a good idea to take her off just to give her a breather. But I think that the Cardinals are going to need that sort of tenacity now. Here's Smith. Good step by Brooks. Some really good passes all of a sudden for both sides, really, but It's been Baldwin with the passes in key areas, only 5 minutes in. Chappelle and Fisher end up losing control. So now Bergen. And McBride on the right side. Kerr with a spectacular step. Really good tackle by the freshman. And Kerr puts that one out again. Cameron McCormick prepared to come in for the Cards, but not just yet. She'll have to wait. Smith finds McBride. Back to Smith. Great move to get past Chappelle, and she shoots from distance. And Fager, the bold move there, letting that one run under her legs, but it's because she knew it was wide. So a Cardinal goal kick. Now McCormick will come in and give Erpelding what I think might be her first break today. Music takes the goal kick. Gets it out to about the 30 where Klobes collects, but then turns it over. Grauberger couldn't clear. So now it's going to fall, and a really good sliding tackle by Kerr, but it's still moving around in the area. Klobes with the sliding attempt doesn't work. So now across on the floor. Grauberger can't clear it. Ediger gets ahead on it. And Neufeld couldn't get there. So a goal kick. But all of a sudden, the Cardinals are completely on the back foot here. Maybe Baldwin decided to loosen up their back line and let their players run free a little bit. Whatever it is that they have done, it is working because the Cardinals can't get the ball out of past their own 20-yard line, it seems. Fisher looking downfield, but didn't find anybody. Now off the head of Peterson. It might actually benefit the Cards. Sent for McCormick, but it'll find Brooks. Brooks keeps it in. And was there a touch there? No, it'll be Baldwin's throw. Fisher's going to regain possession, though. Can she keep it? She can. But then turned over by McCormick. It's going to go to Ediger. And Ediger didn't have anyone with her there. It's been a reversal of roles from the first half. It seemed that Baldwin couldn't get two passes together. Now the Cardinals really they can connect on passes, but if it's anywhere near midfield or further, it is always finding the foot of a Baldwin player. Kerr trying to push her teammates downfield, trying to create an offensive chance with this throw, and it was a really good long throw. And then McCormick got a foot on it, but it'll go out for a goal kick. It is funny seeing Cambria Kerr pull off a nice long throw because her brother did the exact same thing for the boys varsity team. He had a spectacular long throw, which is a very unique asset to have. And that finds the foot of Brooks. This could be a chance for the Cardinals, but Chappelle loses out. Can Klobes gather it? She can, but only temporarily. And now Chappelle once more. And foul in favor of the Cards.
They need to commit numbers forward here.
Which they are. They know that this is a very important chance.
Hopefully the kicker here can get it in the air, get it on someone's head, create opportunities.
What can Cambria Kerr's left foot do here? A good amount of air on it. Might have been a shot. And it was bobbled by the goalie. Some good movement on that ball from Kerr. I don't think it was intended to be a shot. If it was, she maybe could have done even more with it, but it nearly worked out as a shot. And that's another one of those You know, we talked about getting unlucky or lucky, depending on the perspective that you have. Had someone been crowding in on the goalkeeper Reichard, they would have been able to fall on that bobble and put it away. Here's Andrews in a lot of space. And a poor touch lets her down. A lot of bad control all over the place, especially when players are finding themselves in a large amount of space. They seem to maybe think they can do more with that space than they actually can. But the Cardinals are finally operating in Baldwin territory once again. Some positive signs. A good shot from Kerr. Here's Fisher. And still Fisher winning the physical battle. Out to the right side. Finds Clobes. Clobes puts in a great cross, but gathered nicely by Reichard. No one really there for that cross, unfortunately. It was really good by Clobes, but no one was in the center of the box. Here's Grauberger. She couldn't find Kerr. Singular substitution for the Bulldogs. Chloe Neufeld will come out. And McBride, the assistant of the lone goal in this game, will come back in. Now the throw taken by Prather. And foul there, won by Erpelding. So a free kick just inside the 45-yard line of the football field. She's going to send it long here. It's got some nice shape to it as well, but really nicely handled there by Gentry Graham. And then Holder tries to send it downfield, but Fisher blocks it. And now it'll find Kerr. Kerr does really nicely. Now what can she do? Gets it down to Brooks. Great play by Cambria Kerr. Now Brooks down the left side. Can she send in a cross? She was trying to, but really good job there by Nora Prather to come in and then shepherd it behind for her goal kick. That is spectacular defending, even though it might not be as fun to watch. If a player happens to take too big of a touch and you can get in front of them, it's a great way to win a goal kick for your team. Coming out now is Emmy Callahan. And into the game is Claire Johnson, senior. Again, not the goal kick taking, or not the goalie taking the goal kick. Cardinals just haven't been able to get it going much on offense, but can Brooks do something here? Following a nice tackle. Took a little too long on the cross, but she earns a corner. First for the Cards. Grauberger heading up into the box to join a slew of Cardinal teammates. At least 5, now 6 players in the box for the Cards. It'll be Erpelding to take the corner. Everyone for Baldwin is in the area. And here is the kick from Erpelding. It's good, but couldn't find anyone. Out for a goal kick. Double substitution now for Baldwin. These minor chances coming for the Cards. The soccer term is half chances. Something that it's not something that you would actually goal, but if you get a lot of them, hopefully you would be able to turn one of them into a goal with something maybe a little spectacular. But not the case for the Cardinals. It's been a struggle to even produce shots.
Well, like I mentioned there coming out of the halftime, those times they have when they're on the attack inside the 18 are times to generate a possible penalty kick.
Yeah, that would be, if I had to pick somebody, I would call on Cambria Kerr, which she's currently occupied with defensive duties at left back, but she has shown no fear when it comes to getting in there and playing physically. Brooks takes too big of a touch. Really good tackle, but then she gives Baldwin a little bit of their own medicine, shielding that one out. Kerr throwing it to Chappelle, and it comes off her back, and it's going to fall to Erpelding. Does a nice rollover and back to Chappelle. Is she onside? She is. Great cross. No one there. Multiple times that has been the case for the Cards. A spectacular cross met with no one. Often because it's the most forward player sending in that cross.
Well, and those crosses are more instinctual than targeted. Someone who plays the game knows I'm in the corner, I'm on the run. What should I do? I should center. But there's no one going along with to capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is sending it into a dangerous area, right? But there just hasn't been anyone occupying that space. Kerr did get ball first, but there was maybe a little more after than needed to be. Did the referee actually just call a foul well after that? He did indeed.
Well, he did initially make the signal, communicate to the center ref that was the call to make, and then indicate that it was actually an elbow to be called, which
I can definitely agree it was a foul. I just thought it was interesting that it took so long to call. McBride sends it down the right side. He'll go out for a Cardinals throw. A few substitutions going on for the Cards. Klob's one of the players coming out. Evelyn Steele going in. McCormick coming out. Madison Woodruff comes in. Addison Metcalf coming in as well. Here's Erpelding to Kerr. Kerr gets fouled there. And Kerr is going to push up field, so it seems like those substitutions have moved her into the midfield. Looks like Metcalf's going to take over the left back spot. No one there. And Chappelle couldn't chase it down. And then a really good clearing kick there, but Music gets a foot on it. Grauberger gets it to Erpelding. Finds McCormick. Still McCormick. And it'll be a Cardinals throw-in near the corner flag.
A goal kick coming out for the Lady Bulldogs. They have 3 subs waiting on the sideline. See if they'll give them the opportunity to do that. They do. Play is ready to resume.
Now Fisher on the ball. And it's going to come back to her if she wants it, but she just lets it run out for a Cardinal throw intelligently. Not a bad ball there floated in on the right side, but no one there to chase it down. And now Kerr. And Kerr's going to shoot with her left. And not at all a bad shot by Cambria Kerr. Goes out for a goal kick. Shots have been hard to come by for the Cards. The lefty, Cambria Kerr, said, why not from range? And it was not a bad idea. First half, it felt like if something was going to happen for the Cardinals, it would be number 4. Now it feels like if something happens for the Cardinals, it'll be number 4D. That's well out of her box. That could be a card. Won't be. And I'm not sure what's happening now. Was that actually the free kick taken there?
I think it may have been. If so, then it should just be a goal kick.
Yeah, I think that indeed was. So that the Cardinals actually could really get away with a huge moment there because Fager was so far out of her box. Baldwin decided to take it quickly, which is not a bad idea. It was a really good idea, but somehow managed to completely miss. So indeed, that was the free kick.
It looked like there was a defender up there challenging to make their lives harder.
And I'm not sure if Fager should have gotten away with that in terms of a card. I have seen goalkeepers get sent off for the exact same thing because it's taking away a chance. And now a chance for Erpelding. She's got 2 teammates on the right side if she can switch it. There's no defenders near them. Instead, she shoots herself. That was a really good time to cross the ball. Finally, there were actually teammates in the area, but she decided to do it herself. All of a sudden, we've got back and forth play here. Fager needs to come and grab this one, and she will do so just in time.
Possibly a little tentative about where to grab that ball.
Yeah, we were talking about those lines are hard to see, but I'm a little surprised that Fager didn't sense it. She was so far out. It wasn't just like a little bit. She was well out of her box when she picked that one up. Kerr with another physical challenge. It was all ball once more. This is going to find music in space. She doesn't have to clear it if she doesn't want to. Took some space up, but then couldn't find anyone with the pass. It's actually going to come right back to her. She's going to need to get a foot on it now as Ediger is applying pressure. Great job by Music to keep a cool head. And now she tries to find Steele. And just rolled out there. Interesting that Steele didn't apply a little more urgency to that ball. Fisher runs in on it, and her touch will go out of play. One substitution for the Cardinals. It's Brett Hayden coming in. And looks like she's grabbing McCormick. McCormick was playing sort of down that left wing. Looks like Hayden might take a right wing spot. Cardinals still searching for a goal after conceding 25 seconds into the second half. And Baldwin have come alive ever since that goal. Even just when the half began, they've seemingly turned into a completely different team. One with really good touch, great passes, good movement, numbers forward, all this stuff that we did not see in the first half. And they even have more numbers forward now, despite having the lead. They seem to have decided at halftime that the best form of defense was offense. And it's working out for him so far. McBride's going to shoot. Couldn't get through the first line of defense. Kerr slides and is able to get it out to Steele. And it's back with Steele. She's got 2 around her, though. It's going to be tough to keep control. She does really nicely to find Erpelding, who does a great feint. Again, 2 in the middle for her. But she needed to try to find space there and just couldn't. And now she's going to certainly get a yellow card for that one. She took a big handful out of the attacker's jersey. I mean, that is a tactical foul. I'm not sure why she did it, though. It does mean that she's going to have to come out for a little bit. So it also allows a substitution. Shin Cloves will come in, and so will Harper Andrews. Erpelding will take a break, while Madison Woodruff will sub out. But yeah, the tactical foul, you typically do exactly what she just did when you know that your team is at a massive disadvantage in terms of stopping the attack. But she had numbers in front of her defensively. I don't think she needed to do that. But she definitely meant to. And now Chappelle she's finding a lot of space here. They're letting her run at the defense, and she gets that shot off, and they say corner kick. Will Erpelding get back in or not? If she can, she would be the one to take this corner, but I don't think they're going to let her on. They will. So she will come in and grab Shin Klobes. And actually, she will not be taking this corner. It's going to be Cambria Kerr to take. I suppose they want her left foot over.
She's trying to sneak in the back door here. Maybe no one noticed her.
But they're going to the lefty of Cambria Kerr instead, so that it would arc in towards the box potentially. 15 minutes on the clock. Kerr sends it in. It looks good, and it gets all the way through. No one even gets a touch on it. There really is a severe lack of urgency from the Cardinals, from certain Cardinals players, that whenever a loose ball is near them, rather than chase it down, they opt to just watch as it rolls by them. This will be a Cardinal throw. Addison Metcalf takes and finds Erpelding, who almost certainly handled that ball, but no call from the ref, who was standing right there. Finds Cambria Kerr. She's having to run back and then does a great cutback. And then slides in to make the pass. And then slips on the ball as it goes out. Kerr can't help but laugh after that exchange of play. She has taken many an opportunity to crush a Baldwin player if she could do so after touching the ball, which is legal, but, you know, I don't know. Doesn't feel great for the Baldwin players. Definitely won't be making any friends out there. She's slow to get up now as Baldwin is in possession. Here's Smith. Now Chappelle, and she tried to send it downfield, and it comes back to her. Back with Music. Now Andrews. And that'll be a Cardinal throw. They're struggling for energy. They're struggling for numbers right now. One of those things, at least, Coach Erpelding could decide to change if he wanted. Try to push more people forward. But Baldwin's offense is not going away in this second half, so he doesn't really have much of a choice. Great. Grauberger straying downfield as far as she's gone so far, except for on corner kicks. Now takes this throw. Looking for Chappelle. Couldn't find her, but Andrews might get there. She will not. Excuse me, now it's Andrews. Into Chappelle. Does a really nice turn, and then a good pass. Her teammate just decided not to chase that ball down. Good passing by Baldwin. So they try to find little spaces in the Cardinal back line. Going to make 3 substitutions here. Reintroducing Chloe Neufeld among a couple others. Neufeld has been very good down the wing for Baldwin. This is Smith. Some good movement by Flory. There's just no transition play for the Cardinals. For teams in soccer, you essentially have 2 formations, one in defense and one in offense, where you want to be much more attacking when you're on offense. That is not the case for the Cardinals. There are almost maybe 7 players standing stagnant no matter what is happening with the ball right now. Just doesn't feel like they want it very much, unfortunately.
Right. So one thing he's talking about, so we look down over on this side, you have no game happening in this part of the field. If you were to gain possession, you could change fields and catch the defense at a disadvantage.
We've not seen many either long or intentioned passes, though.
Yeah, that's something that could be developed this season. We'll see how that goes as the season progresses.
Yeah, hopefully the offense comes in because we can see they've got a good defense. You can deal with letting up 1 goal a game. That's something you would hope to be able to overcome. But right now, there's really not a lot going on offensively. Fager might need to come and chase this one down with her feet. Gets just enough on it. Now it's Metcalf, and she loses it to Holder, but Holder's shot not on target. No problem for Fager.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Abby Fager's strength is going to be her hands because the foot play has not been the strongest part of her game tonight.
Yeah, it's a more recent. Oh, Meg there by Erpelding, now to Kerr. That'll be a Cardinal throw. A recent development in soccer act. What do they call it here? They say Baldwin throw. The crowd does not like it. To expect, and now they turn it over. I think the crowd was loud enough to scare them into making the other call.
I think the refs made them have disagreed themselves on whose ball it was, and they went with center ref's choice.
I was saying it's only a more recent development to judge goalies on distribution. I mean, that never used to be a worry, but now there are a lot of teams that like to play out of the back, and it's an important part of the game. They say a handball there on Grauberger, so that chance will go away for the Cards. But it's an important part, especially if your team's going to be playing like this with such a lack of chemistry on offense. You just need to be able to get it further down the field than she's been able to do.
Well, and also, frankly, the time when she handled the ball improperly, if you're going to, as a goalie, going to be up 30, 40 yards away from your own goal, you better be a good ball handler.
Now Kerr, she doesn't have anyone with her, though, and ended up just kicking it downfield, hoping someone was there, but no one in the area. And now Andrews with a strong tackle. She's got Erpelding with her, but sends it too powerfully. But it goes out to a Cardinal throw. They're going to try to get Cameron McCormick in, but play has resumed. Kerr, I think that was a shot there. It was blocked by McBride, and then a foul is called. Of course, Baldwin taking their time as this game approaches its conclusion, and they are 1 to the good in their first game of the season. Cardinals trying to avoid a second straight defeat.
Though we do talk about in terms of progress, I think you said last season this was a 5-1 loss. If it ended up a 1-0 or 2-0 loss, that is progress.
It is, but the defense is where it needs to be. I can tell you that. If the offense is where the problem lies, it's maybe unrelated, but I can tell you as a Jets fan, having really good defense and no offense is sort of the worst way to lose games.
Would that be the Newman University Jets, Reed?
It is not. Good way to tie in something more relevant though. Newman U being where Jayla Erpelding is committed to go play, and they are indeed the Jets. And now a foul called.
I think you should adopt all teams named Jets.
Winnipeg. There's one in Australia, Newcastle. But yeah, it's just watching your team and knowing that if they could just get a little bit together, something that it feels like lesser teams have in terms of offense, and somehow you just can't find it. It can be an agonizing way to lose games. But I think that they have some really good playmakers in Kerr and Chappelle and Erpelding, who's on the ball now. And you'd really hope that they can produce a goal, especially late on in this one. She's in behind the back line. She tried to send it across, and wow, a spectacular tackle. Erpelding maybe just held on to it a little bit too long, but she had done so well. And Kerr The very aggressive tackle. Did a great job to get a foot on the ball, at least slow things down for the moment.
Well, it may have been a good opportunity for her to have done a little acting class there in the back line when they do make that contact. Go for a tumble, see if you get the call.
And sent off the back heel of McCormick because she is not facing the ball. So lack of communication there. Now it's going to be Chappelle up to Erpelding, who had the right idea but the wrong touch as she tried to find Brooks, who was making a well-timed run.
Two more subs for the Bulldogs.
They're going to bring Grauberger in for McCormick on the Cardinals side of things. And the goal scorer, Avery Bergen, comes in alongside Emmy Callahan.
As we cross the 5-minute threshold towards the end of the game.
It's closing in on desperation time for the Cardinals. They really need to push forward. There's a certain point where it becomes, what is the difference between 1-0 and 2-0 compared to the difference between 1-0 and 1-1 that would make you want to push forward. But the Baldwin offense is keeping them having to have defenders out there. Music making a nice run, but couldn't get it to Klobes. 4:10 on the clock. Thrown into Grauberger. Nice weighted pass to Erpelding. Now Kerr. Kerr with a great move. She might look to shoot and gets crushed to the ground, but it was all ball, and now a shot. And off target, gathered by Reichard. Who's going to hold on to that one as long as she's allowed. And then send it pretty far downfield, as we've seen. Nice job by Music. And then Kerr, and now Brooks. Good job by the Cards to control the clearance kick. Now Klobes. Couldn't get it out to Grauberger. Klobes once again. Just couldn't keep it at her feet. There is a stoppage signaled by the referee. Not sure what the stoppage is for. Is someone down? Referee calls out, put 10 seconds back on the clock. Now we resume play. So 10 seconds put back on the clock for the Cards. They'll take every moment they can get.
Be intrigued to find out what that stoppage was about.
Andrews takes the throw. In behind are the Cardinals. It might be a crossing chance. Some nice moves. Great individual effort. Gets it to Chappelle, and now Grauberger. And Grauberger hits it right to the keeper. They've been asking for a lot of offensive efforts from her as this game has gone on. The player who's been playing center back all day long is now a pseudo striker. And that chance came to her. Can't blame her for snapping at it in terms of wanting to hit it as quick as possible, but right at the goalie. Made that, took that from what could have been an amazing moment for her in her senior year to a moment of disappointment. Kerr gets a great header for Erpelding. Kerr's still there if she can get a foot on it. Instead, now it's Neufeld. And Neufeld has a teammate on her right and left. Bergen, the goal scorer. And Music watches that one out. 90 seconds left for the Cards. Coach Erpelding ushers them on. So do the fans, begging them to get going. Here's Grauberger. She wants to get rid of it, but there's no one downfield for her. Now Erpelding. And a poor clearance. Might find Klobes, and Klobes is going to commit a foul. That's going to be a significant time loss. Maybe a maximum of 2 more possessions total for the Cardinals now. And still, they just don't seem to be pushing forward in the way that you might hope they would, considering the score and the situation. Fager will come out and grab this one. Trying to find a teammate over the head of Kerr. Now Fisher. Cardinals need to push downfield. Erpelding with a great ball for Brooks. Brooks has 2 teammates in the middle. One's Grauberger. She needs to send in the cross, though. And what's the call here? Corner. Corner, but time might expire here. And the corner will not be taken. The game is over. 1-0 to the Baldwin Bulldogs. The Cardinals just didn't have it offensively today, unfortunately. And 1 goal was enough. 25 seconds into the second half. A momentary lapse of focus maybe for the Cards sees them go home as having lost their 2nd straight game on the year. A better scoreline than last year, but not a better result, unfortunately. We'll take a break, and then we'll wrap this one up on the post-game show.
State coordinates of new land acquisition.
Oh, well, you know that big oak tree that got struck by lightning?
Negative.
The barn with the funny cow mural?
Negative.
One-eyed scarecrow?
Negative.
Giant water tower? You're not from here, are you?
I've never seen him.
Robots don't know you. We do.
Hey, how's your dad doing?
For over 80 years, we've built relationships first and plans second. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau Agent Anthony Brown in Eudora today at 785-615-0516.
Just like the Cardinals are striving for success, Kaw Valley State Bank's mission is your success. At Kaw Valley State Bank, they provide the best, most efficient, courteous, and professional banking services possible. And at Kaw Valley, they recognize that the customer and their satisfaction is the most important ingredient to growing their community. With all the services you've come to expect from the hometown partner you deserve, Kaw Valley State Bank, online at kvsb.com, a proud supporter of Eudora Schools.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
More time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Welcome in here to the post-game show, which is brought to you by Anthony Brown at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Anthony's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them at 101 West 10th Suite A in Eudora or call 785-615-0516. So wrapping up a tough one here. The girls put up a valiant effort, absolutely so defensively, but on offense it just was maybe a case of too little too late, but really there just wasn't a whole lot going the entire day. The first half was a much more cause for hope than the second half, as all of a sudden Baldwin came to life. I think they just decided to push more numbers forward, to believe in themselves a little bit more than they had done for that first half. And all of a sudden, the Cardinals could not get anything going like they had in the first. And it just makes you look back on the big chance that fell to Peterson and the long shot from Kerr. Even more, longfully wishing that had gone the right way for the Cardinals, and thinking about how that might have affected the rest of the game in a positive way, letting them sit back more. But instead, they are now 0-2.
Well, and so what we looked at, we saw a lot of opportunities. We did see at the end that building a little of momentum in the forward game. But what interestingly, when they did get scored on, and they brought only 3 girls to the midfield line to kick off the play, I knew there was no momentum going to go with them in there. Had they moved 5, 6, and then had immediate runs developing from that kickoff, the way that Baldwin did from theirs. But why did they score in 25 seconds? Because from the kickoff, they were committing players forward, and there was no response. Without that, they'd lost a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, they do say you're most vulnerable after you've just scored, and the Cardinals didn't do anything to try to capitalize on that, probably because they were shell-shocked. I mean, Baldwin had not had one accurate pass, it felt like, in that entire first half, and the ball from McBride to Bergen was as perfect as it could be. Lionel Messi couldn't have done it any better. And so it was, and not only that, it's not just, oh, they made one good pass. It was a perfect pass to send a striker through on goal, to then now we're losing all of a sudden, and which was sort of, you didn't really just, that they did not really see that coming, or they couldn't have seen that coming.
Well, and then Eudora got incredibly fortunate, incredibly lucky that the Baldwin did not capitalize on the handball out of the box by the keeper. The goal was completely open. Should have been another goal. Yeah. And then there was the one save, but by one of the Cardinals players, I forget whom.
It was Kerr.
Kerr. So this could have been worse. And through some committed defense, it wasn't.
Yeah, which that's what that second half was. That second half was the polar opposite of the first. Just the Cardinals being completely stuck on the back foot. But they will be hoping for better fortunes going forward this season. I'll go ahead and take a look at their schedule if you want to give any more thoughts on the game.
Well, yeah. So I said, if we talk about those coaching moments, I think we saw some opportunities for development, and I think Grauberger at the end was really a good key to the team. Strong player, very thoughtful. Tried not to waste her possessions, and I think if that attitude were contagious, you'd see a lot more positive growth for the team.
Looking forward, their next game is against Heritage Christian Academy, which, if you look at last season, which so far, not in terms of results, not in terms of scoreline, but in terms of results, it has gone the same. The Cardinals did get their first win last season against Heritage Christian in a 3-1 scoreline. By the way that this has been going, it's getting better by 5 goals, so they'll win 3-4 is what that means against Heritage Christian. What is next up on Eudora Sports Live is we will be back on Monday for I think it was a softball game. Let me go ahead and verify that one. Oh, no, soccer. Excuse me. So the Eudora Cardinals versus Lansing Lions is April 8th. That is a Monday that we will be back. You and me, Kevin, and Reed McAvoy will be joining you for that one. So that'll be a little while from now. But that is about it here today. Maybe a little bit of an unfortunate day for the Cardinals.
When we return, we'll have a chance, hopefully, to recap several victories for Lady Cards on April 8th. We'll have catch you guys up on the season. Hopefully, we have a winning record by then, and I think we can see some positive growth.
Yeah, maybe some signs of improvement that we could see taking hold. Well, thank you for spending the night with us here on Eudora Sports Live. As always, go Cardinals, and good night.
Good night.
Dad, you need to go.
Really?
It's important.
I feel fine.
Look, you cannot mess around with this kind of stuff. Some cancers, man, we just don't want to lose you from something we could have caught.
What I need to do?
You just give your doctor a call. They'll tell you what screening test you need.
Fine. Can I have my pie now?
Oh, man.
High-quality foods, friendly service, great prices, and a connection to the community that is unsurpassed. That's Jean's Heartland Foods in Eudora. Family-owned, Jean's Heartland Foods offers a convenient one-stop shop, delivering the everyday essentials you need to specialty items from around the world. Jean's friendly staff is here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. You have options when it comes to feeding your family. Choose to support local. Choose Jean's Heartland Foods, 1402 Church Street in Eudora, or online at heartlandfoodstores.com. Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
The smoothest, the creamiest, the most amazing ice cream you've ever had. That's what you'll find at Main Street Scoops and Sweets in historic downtown Eudora, Kansas. With over 100 mouthwatering Wisconsin-made ice cream flavors, including dairy-free and gluten-free options. The bakery is always serving up the most heavenly cookies, cakes, and so much more. Ask about Main Street's custom cakes for that special occasion. What are you waiting for? Come make the sweetest of memories at Main Street Scoops and Sweets in downtown Eudora, where it's always ice cream time.
Are you looking for a trusted partner in pet care? Look no further than Eudora Animal Hospital, proudly serving Eudora and the surrounding area since 1975. Eudora Animal Hospital offers a wide including wellness exams, surgeries, routine vaccinations, and emergency care.
Hi guys, just wanted to say thank you from Eudora Animal Hospital for all your support and
Go Cards!
Schedule an appointment by calling 785-542-3265 or visit eudoravet.com.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just have a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in...
Just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback? 6 hours.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. I appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Let's
Contact Farm Bureau agent Anthony Brown in Eudora today at 785-615-0516.